Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Rise with Rami podcast. Today, I'm actually going to talk to you a little bit about what endometriosis actually is. I figured last week's episode, I talked about my journey, my diagnosis, how I cured it, all the shit I went through, and I figured there might be some listeners out there who actually have no idea what endometriosis is. So I'm going to tell you what I was advised, I guess. So I got diagnosed again back in 2019. And at that time, I was told that endometriosis is a chronic condition, so a condition that will never, ever, ever be cured and never go away. So endometriosis is where tissue that's similar to what grows on the uterus, on the lining of the uterus, actually grows outside of it. And that's most commonly on the ovaries, the fallopian tubes, and the pelvic lining. It builds and thickens and breaks down during our menstrual cycle. However, it's actually got nowhere to go in the body. So it builds up even more, causing that inflammation, causing that pain, all those sorts of things. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to read you guys some fun facts about endometriosis specifically, because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a gynecologist, I'm not a medical specialist and whatnot. I'm a mindset mentor who's qualified in NLP, ECT, and hypnosis. So I want to be able to give you information that is legit and true. And then I will talk a little bit about, I guess, the specific symptoms and things that I experienced with my version of endometriosis, because different women have completely different symptoms, have completely different experiences. So I'm going to give you some general facts and statistics on what most women experience with endometriosis. So endometriosis is a leading cause of chronic pelvic pain and infertility in women, affecting about 1 in 10 women of reproductive age globally. That is fucking crazy. 1 in 10. So if you've got a bunch of women in your family, a bunch of cousins, aunties, whatever, there is a high chance that they probably do have endometriosis. This shit kills me. It says while there is no cure, treatment options like pain management, hormone therapy, and surgery can help manage symptoms and improve quality of life. Well, we all know that Rami says BS to that. Anyway, some other really crazy facts about endometriosis is that, so like I said, 1 in 10 women, this one says that it affects approximately 10% of women. So this is around 190 million women worldwide are affected by endometriosis. Common symptoms are pelvic pain, heavy menstrual bleeding, infertility. It says that endometriosis is found in up to 50% of women experiencing infertility, which is crazy. Crazy. Yeah, so with physical health can lead to serious pain, fatigue, significant interference with daily activities, including work and social engagements, mental health, obviously, like it's fucking stressful. Like if you listen to my previous episode, like it took me ages just to get a diagnosis. And that at the time was really fucking stressful and really impacted my mental health. Honestly, that's all I'm going to tell you guys about the facts. Like the point is, it's a fucking global thing, right? That so many women experience. So many women. Like if you're listening, it could be you. You could be thinking, fuck me, like I've got really bad period pains. I've got really heavy menstrual cycle. I'm getting pain in between periods. I'm spotting between periods. Like that's the shit that I experienced. And I think there's this unfortunate thing around women when we grow up and get our periods is that it's almost like this shameful thing. And I say that in quotations because I guess there's a lot of cultures where I guess they say that you're dirty if you get your period. And those types of women, and honestly, I was one of them. I didn't learn about it then. I didn't care about learning about my period because I was told, oh, it's dirty, it's gross. Like even boys would be like, ew, gross, period. Like, fuck off. You know what I mean? And that, a lot of the time, and what I believe now, is what creates those chronic conditions inside of our uterus, because it's trapping that shame, it's trapping that anger and that confusion in there of not knowing about your cycle, of not knowing about being a woman and how actually fucking great it is. I spent the majority of my life thinking, oh my God, being a woman is so fucking hard. It's so challenging. It's so stressful. I hate my body. I hate this. I hate getting my period. It's so annoying. Blah, blah, blah. List is endless, right? I'm fucking guaranteed you resonate with one of those things, at least one of those things that I've said. And without realizing, that is what leads to a lot of these conditions. If you look at it through a holistic lens, and kind of like what I explained in my last episode about how endo is all those trapped emotions inside of our uterus, think about all the things that you have said to yourself, said in your mind, said to your body, said about your period along your journey up until now. And if you know for a fact that there's been some negative shit in there and you experience pretty shitty periods, it'll be because of your language and because of your emotions. I guarantee you that if you start actually loving your body, doing the self-care things, and I guess like self-care, that term gets thrown around. When I say self-care, I mean actually doing the fucking work. Like that's self-care. Self-care is going down memory lane and dealing with some shit that you keep shoving under a rug. That's what self-care is to me. Because that is the stuff that's actually going to cure you. That's the stuff that's actually going to heal you. And when you're able to heal your mind, you pretty much heal your body, because that's exactly what happened to me. When I healed everything that was going on inside my head, everything that was going on inside my heart, it's like my body let it go. My body released it. And I shit you not, I actually got a message from one of my girlfriends yesterday because she said she hadn't gotten her period in like 5 months. And I told her, I was like, you actually just need to deal with some emotions. You need to actually let people in. You need to not be afraid to get hurt. You need to love. You need to be open to receiving. She messaged me yesterday saying that she finally let a boy in and she got her fucking period that night. Like she bled. And that is not a coincidence. I believe that that is not a coincidence. And I strongly believe that if you're someone out there who is struggling to get their period, know that you just need to deal with some emotions. Okay. So when it comes to what the hell endometriosis is, I believe from a holistic approach, from an NLP practitioner and coach, that it comes from trapped emotions in your body. It comes from that trapped shame, that anger, that guilt, that sadness, all those emotions that you don't want to deal with. That's everything that's inside of your uterus. And that's what's creating the endometriosis. That's what's creating that pain every day. That's what's creating that shitty period of yours. That's all it is. And if you want to go down the route that I did, which I fucking wish I didn't, but that's the past. I didn't know any better. If you want to go down all the doctors, all the scans, all the tests, all that jazz, be my guest. Okay? I know for a fact you're going to come to me. I shit, you're going to come to me saying, fuck, Ramya, help me. And I can. And I trust that I can. I know that I can because I did it. I let that shit go. I know there's stats out there that say, oh, you can't get rid of it. There's no cure. You need to have a baby. Blah, blah, blah. That's a fucking myth. Have a baby. Like, seriously. I could talk about this forever. But I want to keep this one short and sweet. Ultimately, you can look into all the facts. You can look into all the statistics if you want to. You can read all the doctor's books and the gynecologist stuff about endometriosis. Or you can trust, and I'm sure you know deep down, because if you're listening to this, right, you've probably been following me on Instagram. You probably know that I talk about this, and you know that I take things in more of a holistic approach. So that means deep down, you know for a fact that there's a few things you just need to deal with. And that's okay, because you're not alone, because I was where you are now. If you are someone who does have endometriosis, or even if you're someone that's struggling to deal with their feelings, know that if you do not, it will create sickness and disease in your body. I'm going to repeat myself. If you do not deal with your emotions and your feelings, you will get sick. It's that simple. People are always looking for a cure. People are looking for the next pill. People are doing this. People are doing that. It really does come down to actually opening up, okay? Unlocking all those feelings that you fucking lock so tight in a little box inside your body, and you think you threw away the key, but you've actually got the key. You've got the key still because you've been waiting to unlock that box. You've been waiting for the right time. I say that in quotations. You know what I'm about to say. There is no right time. The time is now, because now is all you have. I'm going to leave it with that. Thank you so much for listening. It would mean the world to me if you could share this, because honestly, this really does come down to me spreading awareness on this matter. There is so many women out there, or maybe there's a lot of men out there who know women with endometriosis, who are feeling stuck, who are feeling stressed, who are fucking pissed off. Because that was me a couple of years ago. That was me. I know what it's like to feel confused and lonely. I think lonely is another key one. If that's you, or if you know someone, please send this to them, share this to them. Like, I really have gone 0 to 100. I'm not going to lie. There was an old part of me that was too scared to talk about this. And now I feel so fucking passionate about spreading my word and spreading awareness about this, because it is so important. And there's so many people out there that can be healed. They just have to choose it. I love you all. Thank you for listening.